For part 3 of the project, you're going to figure out what the sales tax of your car would be. So we have to pay for the price of our car, but then we also have to pay sales tax on top of it. So the sale price of my car was $41,200. Change to a better color. Okay, the amount of sales tax is 7%. So that means I have to pay 7% of the price of my car for sales tax. So to figure out my sales tax, I will do $41,000, the price of my car, times 0.07, which is 7%. So then now I have 41,200 times 0.07 ends up equaling 2,884. So that means I have to pay an additional $2,884 for sales tax. So the total price of my car would be the $41,200 that I had to pay for the car, plus the sales tax, which is $2,884, which equals $44,084. So now, typically we don't have all of that money to pay for the car in full. So we typically will borrow or take a loan out for the car, and then you end up paying it back in payments over time. Cars usually go back in payments of either 3 years worth of payments, 5 years worth of payments. So for this project, they're saying your grandmother offered to finance your car using simple interest, which is principal. That's the amount you paid for the car, times the rate, which is your percent that you're paying, times the time over how many years you're going to be paying off the car. So the interest rate she's charging you is 5%. Use this information to calculate your payment. So the principal, how much do you owe on the car? So I owe the total, which is $44,084, because I owe for the car and I also owe for the sales tax. The rate that my grandmother is charging me is 5%, so I'm going to put 0.05, and the time I'm paying over 5 years. So to figure out your interest, you do your principal times your rate times your time. So that means I have to do 44,084 times 0.05 times 5. So when I multiply that out, that ends up equaling $11,021. So because I don't have the money up front to pay for the car, and I paid in installments, it's going to end up costing me an extra $11,021 in just interest. So that means I have to pay for the price of the car, which was $44,084, and I had to pay for the interest over the 5 years, which is $11,021. So the total price I'm going to pay for this car ends up being $55,105. So if my monthly payments, if I'm paying over 5 years and there are 12 months in a year, that means I'm going to be paying a total of 60 months, because each year would be 12 months times 5, which would be 60. So I'm going to take $55,105. I'll divide it amongst the 60 payments I'm going to make, and it ends up equaling $918. 0.416666, and so on. So I have to round this because we're dealing with money. So this would end up equaling $918.42.